Last week, we rescued a new horse. Or should I say, we bought a new riding horse. He was brought to our attention only 24 hours before across social media. He then arrived like this, weak, hungry, and with signs he had recently been ridden. Unfortunately, this is not a new story. This is nothing unusual for us, or nothing that's shocking anymore. This is a situation that has become far too common in our lives. This is a common practice for horses to be sold as a riding horse when they're barely well enough just to hold up their own weight. Someone sent us the advert, and we immediately reached out to our local contacts to do some research and see if we could get him here to safety, but without lining the pockets of dealers and bad guys who would continue the chain of misery afflicted on horses, pushed to breaking point. We made arrangements, and before long he was here, safe in his new home. As he arrived, we could hear his terrified screams coming up our driveway, scared and confused, unaware that his life was finally about to change in a positive way. As he stepped off the trailer, it was immediately obvious he was in no condition to be ridden. But it was also painfully obvious that this was not the case. Open wounds across his withers that sent shudders of pain from the gentlest of touch. It's unimaginable the pain he must have been caused for him as the saddle and the weight of a rider caused friction on his bones. It didn't stop there. All of his bones were visible under his beautiful coat. This indicates that he had been starved. His empty belly tucked up under his prominent hip bones. However, one thing was also clear. It had not always been this way for our new boy. A shining, glossy coat, strong back, and good legs. This gave the impression that he was once cared for. Possibly not to the standard we would hope, but compared to the majority of horses that cross the entrance to our shelter, this new boy stands out. Most horses arrive with dipped backs, buckled legs, or old neglected injuries, equally skinny and frightened, or often even worse. It makes us question the path of our new horse. What happened to him? What did he do that was perceived to be so wrong that he was no longer deemed worthy of correct care or food? Why was he sold on? Why was he neglected? And what made him so shut down and scared? As he stepped into his new stable, instead of going straight to his full bucket of hay, like almost all of the other horses do, he stood with a blank expression at the edge of his stable and weaved, trauma and stress flowing through his every movement. As the team of volunteers joined to lovingly welcome him to the family, we all watched and longed for him to understand that he is now safe. We just wish he could understand our words as we tell him that he will never experience force or expectations again. He will be free as much as possible to be a horse. A right which should be so obvious for every horse, for every living being. But sadly, it's denied from so many. We will probably never know his full history or the journey which brought him to us. All we do know is that we will do everything in our power to give him a future free of pain, free of starvation, and free of fear. The future he deserves. As he settles in and relaxes, over time, we hope to gain his trust. Allow him to find his voice. When he realizes he has a choice now, and we will listen. We will listen to his stress signals and his cues. We will respect his threshold. We will respect his anxiety. Hopefully then he will open up and we can create a future that he will enjoy. His rehab journey starts very slow. time to get to know his surroundings and that being without food is no longer normal. Let him realize the other horses are friends and not a direct threat over limited food sources. Then he will find a mini herd to make friends and join and start his life as a real horse. We will remove his shoes and start his journey of foot care to barefoot freedom. His body rehabilitation will also start slowly with in-hand walks and paddock space to roam free. But the longest and most difficult rehabilitation will be that of his mind. He has as long as he needs. We appreciate humans have done him wrong, and we will graciously try to redeem the human race in his eyes. The very first step is to find this beautiful boy a name. It still shocks me that the vast majority of horses who come to us have no name. They served their riders, they served their owners, they took beatings and forced to perform, allowed them on their backs and did as they were told. But they were still not even worthy of a name, just called the horse, like the motorbike or the car. Just another form of transport or a hobby, not a living being with feelings and a soul. We are so pleased to introduce Phoenix. As voted for on social media, this is his name. Welcome, Phoenix, to your new life. Your road to recovery has just started. We think that it will be long. But hopefully your wounds, your scars and your pain will heal soon. Your gut can heal and you can gain the weight and strength you need. But most importantly, we want your spirit to come back. We want your personality to shine. We will share your story, and you can bring hope for many other horses in your shoes. Your situation should be uncommon. It should shock us. This should not be the normal for us. This should not be the normal for you. Hopefully your story will inspire others to do more, even if it's just to follow our channel and support us so we can afford to rescue other horses in your situation. Hopefully your story can reach people to help open their eyes and see that horses are more than just a hobby. They need us. You need us. It is our responsibility to care. So thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for supporting Phoenix's journey. Please share and help us care for Phoenix. We can't do it alone. Together, we can help more.